And you've been missing for a year. And according to this, they said you were granted probation on January 9th, 2025, released from custody on January 13th, 2025, and nobody saw you after that. Explain. 4CR 4101, State versus Gina Romano. Can I have parties announced?
James Tochi for Ms. Romano, Judge.
And are you Ms. Romano? All right. Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Gina Romano who's placed on deferred adjudication in 2024 CR 4101 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4,200 grams on January 9th, 2025 for a period of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 4. In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Gina M. Romano, did Benaire fail to report the supervision officer as directed in the months of February and March 2025 in violation of condition.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
If the proposed agreement is to deny the state's motion and alter and amend to add 90 days GPS monitoring, there comes which of the 90 defense.
Yes.
I mean, we're in agreement on the recommendation to the court. I explained to Ms. Romano what that entailed. One request I would have is if the court can waive those fees, if the court is willing to go along with it. She did get off to a very poor start, Judge. She has a couple really good reasons why she had a baby right when you placed her on probation. We just turned 1. At the same time, she had a sick mother who is, as I understand it, she is still in a coma. She fell into a coma the day she was released from jail, Ms. Romano. She works. She has a husband. She's far more stable now than she was a year ago. And so I hope the court will allow her to kind of begin again on her probation. You will have tabs on her. She does work. She does care for her child, and she is prepared to follow the orders of the court.
All right. Any objections to the court reviewing the court summary?
No, ma'am, not at all.
So how was she arrested somewhere, or did she turn herself in?
Don't know. On the MTR?
Mm-hmm.
MTR, my husband and I turned myself in. I called the police to my house.
All right, Jonah, raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Gina.
All right, so how did you become aware that there was a warrant?
I had called the non-emergency police to see if I had a warrant.
Okay, and then
I
what?
knew that I didn't do my probation.
And did they tell you had a warrant? And then what did you do?
And then we made the decision for me to get this handled and taken care of.
I'm sorry, I can't
And
hear.
then we made the decision for me to get this handled and taken care of. So it's not like over my head.
And how did you make a plan to do that? What did you do?
I decided to turn myself in, to just call an officer to my house to arrest me, so I could come and have this handled. Ask for a second chance. That's what I'm asking.
Oh, and you've been missing for a year. And according to this, they said you were granted probation on January 9th, 2025, released from custody on January 13th, 2025, and nobody saw you after that. Explain.
I just started my business. As my attorney said, I had just had my baby on November 11th of 2024. And then, so he was very young. I was taking care of him and starting my business.
So why didn't you tell probation?
I just had my priorities. up. And in the year of taking care of him, in the year of starting my business, my husband and I we have a house rather than an apartment. So when I came out of jail last year, we were in an apartment. Now we live in a house. We have a car, a truck, 2 motorcycles.
See, here's the thing. You're telling me all of this as for reasons why you should not be revoked and go to prison. But you're not explaining to me why it was so difficult for you to go to probation, report, to pick up a phone and call probation and say, hey, probation, I have this that's going on in my life. Everything is hitting me all at once. And you know what probation would have said? Take a deep breath, come down and report.
I understand. That was my mistake.
I mean, not mistake. Those were your choices. So I'm trying to figure out why I should not revoke you. You're telling me about all of these. Well, I have a home now. I have a child. I'm ready to do what's what. That's you throwing yourself on the mercy of the court. And I used to be a defense attorney, and I would always tell my clients, what you're giving me is just throwing myself on the mercy of the court on your behalf and saying, please, judge, don't sentence me. But I have nothing. Now, I will tell you one thing that's in your favor, and if your attorney is telling me it's true, I'll accept it as such as the officer of the court, is the fact that you picked up the phone to see if you had a warrant and you called the police to come to your home to pick you up. That's one thing that's in your favor.
I didn't ask her about that, Judge. I mean, I believe that information is probably easily verifiable if that's the way it went down. I believe Ms. Romano.
All right. Does anybody want to verify that for the court?
Ms. Romano, do you recall the date at which you called the police to come to me?
I think it was January 20th, 19th or 20th. I believe it was January 20th. It was the husband.
Is your home, I guess your address was your home, correct?
And yes.
All right. So they said you called the police to come pick you up. That's a good thing. That's a thing in your favor.
Yeah.
Probation, I'm sorry, state, what are you requesting?
I'm asking you to follow the agreement and then let's give Ms. Romano a second chance, given the circumstances, and should she not comply, all of that.
All right. So this is what I'm going to tell you. One, I don't think GPS is appropriate, but you do need to have some form of punishment because you've been missing for a year. And that form of punishment is going to be that this will no longer be a deferred adjudication. This will be a guilty verdict. So I'm going to give you a choice. You only have 2 choices. Don't ask for a third. 1, I am going to find you guilty, place you on probation. Or 2, I'll sentence you today and I'll sentence you to 2 years.
I think she wants the probation, Judge.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court will find you guilty. The court will place you on community supervision. Court will sentence you to 5 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 5 years. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 30 days of release, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Are there any drug issues with you? All right. There's going to be field visits 1 time per month for 8 months. There's to be 200 hours community service restitution. 100 of those hours will be deducted upon completion of parenting classes, which I'm ordering. Probation, is there anything else? And on a previous probation, there was no, you know what? We can go ahead and do a TAP evaluation out of custody.
Yes, Judge. Judge, I would like to have her report weekly or monthly.
All right, weekly reporting for 60 days. Is there anything else, probation?
No, Judge.
Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? You have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you're on deferred adjudication. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. In this court, if you have an issue, you need to let probation know. All it is a phone call. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court and address it with me. So, all right, good luck to you. They'll probably release you maybe off the record. They'll probably release you maybe, I don't know, midnight. I have no control over the release from the midnight.
There's no
Yeah.
chance for today. No chance for today.
No chance for what?
I work down there.
Yeah.
Hopefully tomorrow.
Yes. So that's usually what happens.
Being honest.
All right. When you are released, the first thing you better do is report to probation. All right. Thank you. Good luck to you.
Sandoval has made 13 reports regarding Mr. Dehill showing up for homes. Those include the defendant saying, quote, "Come outside, I'm going to burn your house down."
26 CR 000448 State versus Jesse De Hoyos. Can I have parties announced?
Brandon Brady for the state.
Renee Munoz on behalf of Mr. De Hoyos.
And are you Mr. De Hoyos?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right. You entered a plea to stalking. According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 5 years in the prison. The state is opposed to your application. They're taking in consideration 2025 CC 010128. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
We have, Judge, we have no objections, and we ask that you take judicial notice of the PSI.
Yes, Your Honor. We've had an opportunity to review. There are no corrections from the defense at this time.
All right. Any witnesses?
We do, Judge.
All right.
Judge, the state calls Mrs. Vanessa Sandoval.
All right. Vanessa Sandoval.
Mr. De Hoyos, back on here with your back against the counter.
Hello. All right. Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record. Oh, state your name.
Vanessa Sandoval.
All right, you may proceed, state.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, Ms. Sandoval. So, let's start. Are you nervous today? Oh, I need you to give.
I'm sure that you're nervous today.
Yes, but I'm willing to testify and speak.
All right, thank you.
All right. Ms. Sandoval, how do you know Jesse De Hoyos?
He lives a few blocks away from my house.
Okay.
And one of the problems with Mr. De Hoyos start?
And
Approximately.
approximately 2025.
They're right around January?
Yes.
Okay. Did Mr. De Hoyos show up to your house with a gun?
Yes. I have evidence. I have video surveillance. I sent those videos to the detective that was able to take my case.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for coming in to testify. Did you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
All right. Do you have any witnesses, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Court will hear argument.
Ms. Sandoval has made 13 reports regarding Mr. De Hoyos showing up for homes. Those include that I'm going to burn your house down. He has multiple instances of throwing rocks at Mr. Sandoval's home. He has been reported shouting, "I'm going to kill you" at Mrs. Sandoval's house. And this has been going on from January 2025 up until he was finally arrested for it on August 10th of 2025.
Okay. Thank you. Defense.
Yes, Your Honor. I know the court has reference to the PSI reports. They are neighbors, so some of these interactions could have been limited to him just of a non-nefarious character just walking home, things of that nature. There's been no terroristic threats, no other charges stemming aside from just the complaints of him being around the area. But with that aside, Judge, looking to the root cause of his issues, he's had 2 convictions on misdemeanors, 3 convictions on felonies for minor things. But he does have bipolar disorder, as well as he was candid and open with the PSI interviewer, stating that he did use heroin and meth daily. In fact, that on the alleged dates of these offense, that he was under the influence of drugs and alcohol, which he attested to in the PSI. He does get disability for bipolar disorder, and he's gotten that for a while. He gets $900 in benefits for that. So he is an individual with need. He hasn't had the opportunity to have meaningful treatment, Judge. So, and speaking about the case options with my client, he wants to work on himself. He, in fact, stated he wants to get his life straight. And I agree, he needs to get his life straight, but he needs the help of this court. He needs the resources available to him to make that change. Without having that change, without having that opportunity for change, it's just going to be more of the same, where he's going to continue to use drug and alcohol and not make the best decisions, which is what I think landed him here, Judge. So we're asking for him to be considered with probation, and I told him that considered on probation, you're going to be subject to rigorous conditions of the court. We're asking for a referral for the felony drug court, because I think that they're trained at dealing with the ailments that Mr. De Hoyos has been suffering for some time. And we do feel for the person affected by Mr. De Hoyos' actions, but a lot of this is things that he's dealing with internally, that he has a disease that he needs help with. So we're asking for the opportunity to get help so we can break this cycle and get him good where he's not a threat to anybody in the community.
All right. So, Mr. De Hoyos, I want to let you know, I've read the stipulated evidence.
Yeah.
I just don't think you're a good candidate for probation. So the court is going to find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 5 years in prison, give you credit for any time served. Taking consideration 2025 CC 010138. I'll request the therapeutic community for him counsel,
Yes, sir.
and I'll ask that it be for mental health and substance abuse. And there's to be no contact with the complainant.
Yes, Your Honor. And I know that he had accrued some time in custody awaiting this offense. Can he have access to that? I think I need to double check. He may have been transferred to facility. So can I get those dates to the court?
Yes, he'll receive credit for any inpatient treatment time, because I noticed that at one point he was found incompetent and he's entitled to that time.
Great, Your Honor. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did not.
All right. Because this plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there any victim impact?
No, Judge, there's no difference.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
And just
Maybe-
make sure you have those dates for the clerk.
I'll verify those and get them right to the court.
Thank you.